What's going on, you guys? Welcome on back to the channel. Now, it's no secret at this point that I am wildly excited for the return of ReZero Season 4. I think that season of ReZero is my most anticipated anime return that I've had in a very long time, simply because that with the videos that I've been posting for ReZero, the amount of stuff that I've been hearing about the potential content that's going to be covered for this season, it's got me very excited as to seeing how the season is going to play out. So I figured I'd come on here and make just a quick little video talking about my predictions for one character in particular, and that character is Subaru Natsuki. But before we can talk about how I think it's like season 4 is going to play out for him, I think we need to recap the season 2 and season 3 and how they covered Subaru as a whole. So with season 2 and season 3, it kind of felt like, at least to me, Subaru took a little bit of a backseat in his own narrative. Season 2 kind of felt like an Amelia self reflection journey, and season 3 kind of felt like the Amelia camp as a whole season. We haven't really had like a dedicated Subaru season since season 1, where he was essentially the central focus of the narrative. Everything revolved around Subaru, and that was pretty much the Subaru season. Now I understand why he wasn't the main focus for the past few seasons. We needed to flesh out the other characters. Amelia especially needed some fleshing out, so that's why she was the main focus of season 2. And I really love that we got to see, like, in season 3, pretty much the whole Amelia camp fleshed out. I think that was one of the best decisions they made. But I think with season 4, we're really going to get back to Subaru as a main character. And what better way to do that than bringing back the looping? Now, we haven't really had looping for Subaru since kind of the beginning of season 3. That was pretty much the last time he really had to loop, because he pretty much stayed after the third loop. He stayed in the same loop for the rest of the season. So I think now that we're in season 4, we're going to be getting back to that, because I feel like with the content that's going to be coming up, I feel like Subaru is going to need to loop in order to get things right, because I feel like there's the potential for things to go AWire really quickly. Because in season 3, we didn't really have to worry about too much looping after the beginning of season 3, because Subaru was surrounded by all these different allies that he could rely on. He had Reinhardt, he had everybody, man. Like he had everybody to pretty much, like, he essentially got to take himself off the board for a lot of it, and he just got to divide up all his different allies in season 3. In season 4, he doesn't really have that. It looks like, just from the looks of the key visual, you got Rem, who's asleep, Rom, who is essentially just her caretaker. You got Julius, you got Amelia, and you have Subaru. That's pretty much it. We have no Garfield from the looks of it. You don't have any Reinhard because he's with the other camps. So you pretty much just have the group that's on this key visual. And on the looks of it, it looks like it's a strong group, but a lot of them have been mentally nerfed, like Rem and Julius. So now it's going to come down to, how can Subaru get his friends out of this, right? And I think a lot of it is going to come down to him having to go back to looping to find the best situation and find the best way to get out of, like, the precarious situations that they're in this season. So that's one thing that I think that's going to be being done for Subaru. He has to fall back to looping because he doesn't have enough of his allies back. That's pretty much going to be the main crux of what Subaru is going to be doing in the narrative. Next, I also do think that Subaru is going to be the driving force of getting the memories of Julius and especially Rem back, because this has been essentially what Subaru has been trying to do since season 2, right? He's been wanting to reclaim Rem's memories for so long, because Rem is such an important character to Subaru's development. So he wants to be able to save her and have that friend back in his life. So he wants to bring her back. But this in totally it's definitely going to be like the hardest thing that Subaru has ever had to done in totality, man. This has the potential to be some of the hardest things that Subaru has had to do in the story, simply because I feel like the journey to get the memories back, I, from what I think the memories are going to be very heavily guarded, right? I don't think this is going to be something that they do in like the first batch of episodes for season 4. I think this is going to take until quite possibly the end of the season, because that's how like long and excruciating I think this journey is going to be. There's going to be a lot of pain, a lot of suffering in order to be able to get those memories back, right? I don't think this is something that they can just get to a location and that's it. Like Shaula is like perfect example. Shaula is being set up to me as the guide character that can lead Subaru to the memories of Rem and Julius that were devoured by gluttony, right? That's kind of like, at least to me, she's being set up as that type of character archetype, the one that can get them to the memories. But I also think Shaula has the potential to be a character that betrays the group. See, I primarily only talked about Shaula being a guide character in my last video, but I also think she has the potential to be a character that betrays the group in order to prevent Subaru from getting the memories back from gluttony. So I also think Shaula could be like kind of like a servant for gluttony, or at least somebody that's like working with them in secret. That's kind of like one of the main things I'm also thinking, because if you remember from season 3, there's like, at least from what the interpretation that I got from season 3 is that there's multiple versions of the gluttony character. So I think this version of Shaula could be working for like the main version of gluttony. I think Shaula is going to be not only serving as just the guide character for Subaru, but I think she's also going to be feeding information back to the main gluttony in order to prevent Subaru from getting the memories of Rem and Julius back. I think that's pretty much going to be what she's going to be doing. And then Subaru is going to have to come to terms with that. Like, why are you trying to be my friend, and then you're also keeping me from reaching this goal? Now, I do think that Subaru is going to get to wherever he has to get these memories back. But I also think when he gets there, he's 100% going to have to do some kind of trial. Similar to how Amelia had to do trials in season 2, I think Subaru is also going to have to do some form of trials for himself, because even though it's set up where like he can just go get the memories back, I don't think it's that simple. Subaru is going to have to go through so much pain and so much suffering just to get those memories back. So I think the trials that he has to go through is how much pain and how much suffering is he willing to take in order to reclaim the memories of his friends that were taken away from everybody else. So I think that's going to be overall Subaru's main crux in the narrative, is how much suffering is one character willing to take before they snap, and will Subaru be a character that snaps and essentially gives up? Like, is he going to be able to carry this burden and carry all this pain and suffering on his shoulders? Can he, as just Subaru, can he essentially take all this suffering in order to get their memories back? That's the main question that Subaru is going to have to answer for himself, and what I'm most looking forward to seeing in ReZero Season 4. But I think that's going to do it for me today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. What do you guys think is going to happen in ReZero Season 4, and especially for Subaru as a character? I know I kind of like bounced all a little bit all over the place, but like most importantly, I just want to like talk about Subaru and where I think he's going to go as a character. So I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And also, web novel readers, please enlighten me. Please don't spoil, but please let me know if I'm at least on the right track, because like I've said before, I love hearing what you guys have to say about the narrative and all that stuff. You guys are awesome. But let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.